We're going to talk about private investigators in a criminal case. Come with me, and I'm going to tell you some do's and don'ts, some tricks and traps of using a private investigator in a criminal case. The first thing I want everyone to know is that you may not have to pay for a private investigator in your criminal case. You and your attorney may make a motion to have the court give you money or give you a private investigator to use in your criminal case. Please don't think that you can't afford a private investigator in your criminal case. Are private investigators needed? Well, not necessarily, but I think every criminal case could use a private investigator to at least interview some of the witnesses and maybe even the victim themselves in the criminal case. Victims don't have to talk to the private investigator, but sometimes if a private investigator approaches a victim to speak to them, for example, to get information about what has happened, the private investigator may be surprised and the victim may be willing to talk about the case. It reminds me about a case where a person was convicted of rape and was serving time in the state penitentiary. He had always maintained his innocence. Well, a private investigator was hired several years later to interview the victim of the rape. In that interview, which was being recorded and videotaped with the victim's knowledge, the victim admitted that it was not true. She admitted that she had lied about the rape in order to bring a lawsuit against the school district and the defendant. The defendant was on his way to being a very popular professional football player. This case was in the news. You've probably heard about it. But eventually, because of the private investigator obtaining that videotaped confession from the victim, the defendant was subsequently released from jail, and I believe that his conviction was completely overturned, and that conviction doesn't show on his record at this time. However, his life was forever changed. He missed playing football because he was spending time in state prison. His life was totally ruined because of these false allegations. He'd still be sitting in jail had it not been for that private investigator. So the moral of the story is, if you think you might need a private investigator, talk with your attorney about it so that victims can be or witnesses can be interviewed for possible use in your criminal case. If you have any questions about using a private investigator, please give me a call, 888-888-6582, or check me out on the web, where you can download my book and my special report on criminal defense.
For your free consultation, call the law offices of Vincent W. Davis and Associates today. 1-888-888-6582. That's 1-888-888-6582. Thank you for watching.